everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today is my first empties video. I have never done one, partially because I have very few empties, which is just terrible. And the reason I don't is I have so much makeup that I don't go through it all, which is not great. So actually, I'm thinking for the month of June, which this video should be going up in, I'm going to be on a very low buy for the month of June. I'm not gonna hold myself, to that, because if something really like amazing pops up that I have to have, I will get it. But I think for June, it's gonna be the Sydney Grace release and the Chanel release for summer. Chanel is coming out with numerous things that I am gonna pick up. And the Sydney Grace release, I've been waiting for like 2 years, so I'm getting that. But unless other things pop up, like a Dior or something that I just think is, you know, like a must-have, I think I might limit myself. There are a couple things, like I know Tom Ford is coming out with his Shade and Illuminate blushes. I know Dior is coming out with luminizers, but it's hard to tell when they're coming out because the things have been so, you know, odd. June is gonna be a low buy for me. You know, what low buy means and like is different to everybody, you know, depending on where they are, where they're at. But I'm definitely going to be trying to keep it a little bit on the low buy side for June and July. A lot of stuff starts coming out in August, September for fall launches. So I think June and July is going to be my time to like cut back a little bit. So hopefully I will have more empties soon. But I thought it would be fun to go through because I've seen people do them and I do think they're fun and it is interesting to see what people go through. I will tell you, when you see these, most of it is skincare because that I seemingly do go through pretty quickly. All right, so let's pull all of this stuff out. It's been sitting in this box, which is kind of gross. Okay. There's dust. Okay. So let's go through the makeup products first. Okay, so the only two makeup products, well, there's three, but 2.5. The only makeup products that I can say are definitely empties or been thrown away or would have been in the trash, but I'm saving them for this video, are mascaras. I do throw away my mascaras every 6 months. I toss them. I just do that. I put a little sticker. They're not on there now because once I take the sticker off, I throw them away. But so I put a little sticker on the bottom. I put a little, like, this one had like a little round sticker and it would say like the date. So it would be like 1/10 or, you know, whatever it is. And then 6 months from that, it goes out the door. So this is the Dior Show Iconic Over Curl Mascara. One of my favorite mascaras. I do need to buy another one. But I did use it up. It was toast. By the time 4 months came around, it was gone. Like, I mean, it was dry, you know what I mean? Like, I'd used it up and it was dry, so like, there wasn't a lot left. So it's not like I waited 6 months and then like it was still good and they threw it out. I worked my way through it. Same with the Chantecaille. This is the Chantecaille. You can actually see the name has been like worn off on the mascara wand, on the thing, because I've like handled it so much that I've actually worn off the name of Chantecaille. But again, this one, I have many backups of the Chantecaille mascara, so that is not a problem. And then when I say 2.5, I have the Gucci pencil, which is down to like a little nub at this point, and it'll be gone. It'll be gone soon. I kind of figured, like, you know, when it starts to get like so small that you can't, you know, it's getting there. So it's 2.5. But I don't, like I said, I have so much makeup that, you know, I don't work my way through these things very quickly. Okay, now skincare on the other hand, that's a different story. So let's go by brand. So first is the Chantecaille Rose de May Cleansing Balm. I absolutely love this. I used every drop of it and I did indeed buy more. The packaging is a little deceiving. It's not like they deceive you on the numbers. It's 2.5 fluid ounces, so I mean it tells you exactly how much is in here, but the jar itself looks like bigger. The inside, it's actually quite a bit smaller. Like this, like part of it is just packaging. So you can actually go through this pretty freaking fast, and I did. But it's totally worth it. It's an amazing, luxurious experience. If you have sensitive skin like mine, if you have dry skin like mine, if you have mature skin like mine, it absolutely is worth, in my opinion, the cost. I love it. It takes everything off, doesn't irritate my skin, doesn't irritate my eyes, and it feels really nice on, which, you know, sometimes you just like, sometimes you just want a nice experience. If any of you have had one of those days where you're just, you know, done. It is just, it's really nice. It's really relaxing. It smells beautifully. It just works great. And so I can't say enough about the Chantecaille Rose de May cleansing. So this is the Sisley Essential Skincare Lotion. And I've never really seen another product quite like this one. I have seen, so I have the SK2, it's the Patera, I think it is, essential, like it's like a something lotion or something like that. And I've used other products that are supposedly like it, but this one is different. There's something about this. The way you use this is you wash your face and you know, make sure you do I do a double cleanse. And then I put I'll show you, I don't actually have one of those because I don't think I went through that one. You cleanse your face. I use the La Mer toner to like rebalance, pH balance my skin. And then I put this on. And what this does, a dermatologist would have to say, I don't really understand. But it helps everything that goes on after it work better. And for a long time, I would just like, when I didn't have as much money, to be really blunt, and I couldn't afford this because it is very expensive, I would go through it and then I'd be like, well, I'm just not gonna, you know, buy it for a while. And I would always notice my skin didn't look quite as good, but I could never pinpoint exactly why. And then I'd be like, oh, you know, I stopped using the essential lotion. Maybe I'll get it again because it would go on sale or something. And I'd get it on sale and I would use it again and my skin looked better. I don't know what it does exactly, but it helps my serums absorb better. It helps the moisturizers absorb better, stay on my skin longer. It just really works for me. And I miss it when I don't use it. So I go through this. Now, the one thing I will say is this is 5 fluid ounces. It's got a 12-month shelf life, but I probably get one of these every year and a half. So it takes me 18 months to go through this. And I use it literally every day. I never ever don't use this. So now, it's not like you need a lot, and it does last a really long time. Just saying. Okay, we'll do La Mer. So La Mer, the cleansing oil, this is the oil I use to clean my skin. So I use 3 products for cleansers, in addition to something. I'll explain in a minute. So I use one thing first, and then I either use the cleansing oil from La Mer as my second step, the Chantecaille balm as my second step, or the Retrove cleansing balm as my second step. To be honest with you, it kind of depends on the feeling of my skin. Like the Chantecaille is more of that luxurious experience. Like I feel like pampered and it smells beautifully. It still works. They all work equally well. Like I couldn't tell you one works better than the other because they don't. They all work really, really well. But it just smells good and it feels good and it's just soft. It's hard to explain, but it's just like more of an indulgence. The Retrove, I feel like, is more, it's a gel and it turns into like a lotion as you put water with it. So it works really well, but I feel like I have to put a little more effort in. Not a lot, guys, just a little bit more. The cleansing oil is probably the easiest because you just pump it out and just, you know, rub it on your face. And it's the one I've been using the longest. I've been using that cleansing oil for years. Years and years and years and years and years and years. Really, really long time. And it works really well for my skin, for my dry skin. And never irritates, never hurts my eyes. It's awesome. Next is the La Mer Moisturizing Soft Lotion. I use this every single day. This is my moisturizer during the day, every day, all the time. Winter, spring, fall. In the winter, during the day, if my skin is very, very dry, I will use the regular La Mer, just a very little amount during the day. It's really too thick for me to use, even in the winter during the day. Usually what I do then is I put on one of the foundations that has a lot of moisture in it, like the Clos de Peau, the foundation, or Suku or something like that. But this is what I use as my moisturizer every day. It's perfect. I absolutely love it. It's a pump it onto your, my hand. I do one pump all over my face. Sometimes in the winter I'll do 2 pumps. That's really the only difference. And it's the moisturizing soft lotion. I absolutely love it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Now, the jar, the original La Mer, is what I used to use every single night. Now, I use that and something else, which is why I don't have an empty of the La Mer, of the jar. It's close, but it's not empty. But in a minute, you'll see why it's not. My first step in my face cleansing, though, is my Kojendo Cleansing Spa Water. This is the 16.23 fluid ounces. This is a pretty big bottle. I use this every single time I wash my face, like every time. So I've gone through several of these over the years. Yeah, several. So, but for this first, what is it, it's not quite 6 months. 5 months, 5 months. I've used this one up. And yeah, this is my first step. I pump it onto a Clos de Peau cloth, little square, and I take off my eye makeup with it, cleanse my whole face with it, and then I go in with the La Mer, the Chantecaille, or the next brand, Retrove. So, Retrove. I have gone through, let's see, 2 bottles of the Intensive Replenishing Facial Moisturizer. It comes in different packaging. This is the original packaging. There's a top to it. I literally pulled it out and tried to get all of the product that was in it, because this stuff's not cheap. This is the original packaging. It's very luxurious packaging, but it's also very heavy. It's a glass bottle. And I feel like, for a while there, I felt like you were kind of paying for the packaging, which I get. I like packaging, but for my skincare, I don't really care as much. But then they changed the packaging, and now they have what I think it's called the travel packaging. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, same amount of product, and it's the Intensive Replenishing Facial Moisturizer, but it looks like this. So it's got a different packaging. It's much lighter, probably better for the environment too. And I used up 2 of those. So that's why I don't have an empty La Mer, like Creme de La Mer. These are both 0.5 fluid ounces, so I used up 1 ounce in 5 months. But I do have another one. And the new one that I bought is the 1 ounce. I got the bigger size. But it's very expensive. It's like $360, $330, it's 3 something for 1 fluid ounce. But I am so impressed with this product. It has changed my skin. I absolutely love the Intensive Replenishing Facial Moisturizer. I cannot say enough. It might be my favorite skincare product of all time. My skin looks so much better when I use it. So I'm just gonna try to make sure that I never run out of it. And in addition, I have the Dynamic Nourishing Face Cream as well, which is, again, I took it apart. And this is the lighter version of the Intensive. And so what I was doing is I was because again, I didn't have, this is again 0.5 fluid ounces. I was trying to not use the Intensive every night because there's so little of it and it's expensive. So I would go one night with the Intensive, 1 night with the Nourishing, 1 night with the Intensive. So I used up 1.5 ounces over the course of 5 months. And I used up my La Mer cream about half. And I have a 3.4 ounce jar. So I go through a lot of moisturizer, but I have repurchased the Intensive Replenishing Facial Moisturizer. I also have the eye cream. I have not gone through the eye cream completely, but I do love the eye cream. The eye cream is phenomenal. It's such a good eye cream. Yeah, I love the Retro Vapor products. Their priming pads are also awesome. I don't use those as often, which is why I still have some of those left, but the moisturizers are amazing. They really will transform your skin, in my opinion. The intensive one, it's not just a moisturizer. I'll make sure I put the information below what's in it, but it's like a cocktail of things, and it makes a huge difference if you have more mature skin. I seriously stand by this. I think the Retro Vapor products are really underrated. I don't think they get enough attention, for me anyway. I mean, look, the thing about skincare, it's really personal. Like, what will be the best thing for me might not work for you, because you might have oily skin, or you might be 20. You don't need these products. But for me, the Retro Vapor, absolutely love it, which is how I've gone through 3 bottles. Now they're small bottles, they're 0.5 ounces, but I mean, that's how much I believe in the product. So that is my first Empties video, guys. And like I said, I will do more. I'm really gonna try hard in June, July to cut down on new items. So I'm gonna try to work my way through the things that I have. I don't see me doing Project Pan anytime soon, but at least I can have more Empties by the end of the year. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.